In this video, I am going to find f of x minus 1 given that f of x is equal to negative x cubed plus 1. To solve this kind of problems, it's easy to solve this if you look at a function as an input and output. You can think of a function as a black box. You give it an input, it will give you only one output. So in this function, we have f of x is equal to negative x cubed plus 1. So you're giving it an input x. It takes the input x and it cubes it and multiplies it by negative 1 to get negative x cubed and then adds 1 to it. Now what if I were to give it f of z is gonna be negative z cubed. That means you take z, you cube it, multiply it by negative 1 z cubed plus 1. If I were to give it f of l is going to take L is going to cube it, multiply it by negative 1 and add 1 to it. What if I were to give it x minus 1? It's going to take the input x minus 1, cube it and multiply it by negative 1 and then add 1 to the result. So my f of x minus 1 is going to be x minus 1, think x minus 1 is the input, is going to cube the input, multiply it by negative 1 and add 1 to the result. Now you can simplify it further using the a minus b whole cube formula. A minus b whole cube formula, which is a cube minus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube. If you were to simplify it, it's going to be f of x minus 1 is equal to, I'm just going to put the negative here, x cube minus 3x square. A is x in our context and b is 1. 3a square means x square times 1 is 3x square plus 3ab square, which means 3x times 1 square plus b cube, which is 1. Then plus 1. This one is this one. Now f of x minus 1 is going to be distribute the negative x cube minus 3x plus 3x square, because negative and negative is going to make it positive. Then negative times 3x is negative 3x, and then minus 1, negative times positive 1 is negative 1. Then plus 1, this one and this one cancel out, so your f of x minus 1 is going to be negative x cubed plus 3x square minus 3x. So this is what it is. So it's easier to look at these functions as an input output. That way you can kind of see what goes as an input. You should always look at what is going as an input and what does the function do to the output. Basically, what does the function do to the input which gives you the output? Okay, so if I were to give you f of x is equal to 2x cubed plus 3, if I were to change the input to z, is gonna be it's gonna take the input z, is gonna cube it, multiply it by 2 and add 3 to it. If I were to give it an input m, is gonna take the input m, cube it, multiply it by 2 and add 3. If I were to give p minus 1 as an input, is going to take the input p minus 1, cube it, multiply it by 2 and add 3 to it. So this input output view is very useful. I hope that this discussion was helpful. Thank you very much.